Hi again, everybody. Today's piece has been written by Toby Young. In each of the solo sessions so far, each piece has been written to reflect a specific element of what's going on in the world this year, in this crazy year. And Toby has rather brilliantly decided to write his piece about his dog. We last worked together in February, and Ralph, his dog, had just been introduced to their family. He was a puppy, and so throughout the lockdown, he's been growing and been an important part of their lives. And like many other people, I think has probably kept them sane throughout this time. So I hope you enjoy Ralph by Toby Young.
Hi, Toby. How are you?
Hi, Amy. Very well. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. You look very well. You look fabulous.
Oh, thank you. I'm in a very sunny corner. I don't know about you, but whenever it's a Zoom call, I try and find a good spot for it. And I've been doing sort of different spots around the house, but today the sun is coming in through our window, so I thought I'd find a nice little corner spot.
It looks great. And whereabouts are you at the moment?
So I'm at my home in northwest London, and trying to make it into a makeshift studio. So I've got as much equipment as I can. My studio is a bit too far to get to, well, without breaking lockdown rules. So I've been trying to do as much as I can from home, and it's been nice. But my living room has become a little bit cluttered with all my gear now.
Tell me about it. Oh my goodness. And so how has everything been? You've been able to keep working and doing a lot of cooking and stuff, I guess.
Yeah, so I guess like everyone, I've had some work cancelled, which is very sad. But it's, I think, an amazing time for musicians to be resilient, and so lots of people I work with have been figuring out ways to get around it. And so I've done a few socially distanced virtual choral pieces and vocal pieces, which has been really nice to see musicians such as yourself figuring out how to get around this and trying to make music in as best way as possible. I'm also quite lucky that I've got a few commissions for next year, some bigger works for next year. So fingers crossed they still happen, but I've been writing bits of that, which has been quite nice to kind of have something chunky to work on. And then, yeah, exactly, fingers crossed, like with everyone else, that it's going to go ahead. But cooking has been my kind of my lovely break from serious work stuff.
Oh, that sounds great. Amazing. And you've very, very kindly written such a cute, lovely, gorgeous piece, and you've written it about your dog, which is
I
the
did
best.
well. I guess we all have different kind of views of what's been keeping us going during lockdown, and it's been lovely. Our puppy's now 8 months, or 8.5 months, and so he's a handful, but he's kind of quite sort of, he's getting more emotionally mature about things. So he's been really lovely to have around as both a calming influence sometimes and a good distraction. Even things like having those regular walks has been really good for, I think, both my and my wife's mental health. But what I was realizing, so I was trying to think of an inspiration and looking at the other amazing piece on your series, and they're all very, very serious. And I thought, you know what, it's, I think, really important that sometimes we have a little bit of brevity and lightheartedness in this period. And so I just thought I'll write something that's a little bit playful, but also kind of a bit emotional as well, to try and just add another side to your series.
Oh, thank you so much. It's gorgeous and it's really fun to play. And yeah, it I think it's very true. I know a lot of people who have gotten through this crisis because of their dogs. So
I think dogs are becoming increasingly important. Also, what I realised, so the piece is sort of, there are a few different things he does that are particularly ridiculous. So, you know, he's very full of energy, he's very kind of playful. I was watching him playing around, and it's kind of, it's sort of manic but and unpredictable, but in a kind of interesting way. And so I was trying to kind of think of the way that he's sort of moving around the room, and then there are times where he goes manic and he sort of spins around. It's called the zoomies. I don't know if you come across it, where they just run as fast as they can for how many seconds. And I was thinking, actually, it's quite a good metaphor for what's happened. That this idea of this kind of constant, kind of manic, not knowing, very confused, very sort of fragmented. And then I want to put at the end, there's always a moment where he falls asleep, and which kind of we're hoping, it's usually after he's been really manic and we want to sit down and watch TV, and then he'll sort of just like go, okay, and then slowly fall asleep. And I was thinking that hopefully we'll all have that moment of kind of repose just down the line. There's going to be this sort of manic confusion, angst, and then there's going to be suddenly a moment where it's like, okay, it's okay again. We can live our normal lives. And I thought it was quite a nice metaphor for what's going on.
Oh, that's beautiful. Thank you so much. Mwah. Lovely to see you.
Thank you, Amy.
Bye.